Families, this video is to show you about our unit checklist for social studies. Each unit and lesson they will be getting a new checklist. This is just to practice some skills that we're learning in social studies to make sure that they're fully getting what we're learning in class. So each unit and lesson, so unit 1, as you can see, lesson 1, this is the checklist for that. They'll get a checklist again for unit 1, lesson 2. Again, it's just to get them to keep practicing. How it works is on the top you're going to see notebook activities. So these are given by me, and we do them together in class as we're reading. So that way we can do them all together and really make sure that we're learning effectively what we're doing in class. As you can see, there's also online activities. It says to be completed on your own at school or at home. I will be giving students what's called Fix It Fridays. During this time, they can do fix and returns where they can fix items for me, and they also get to work on this. And whenever we have free time in class, they can work on this as well. All I ask is that they please have a parent sign if online activities are done at home. That way I know that you saw that they were doing it and not just going in and checking them. So that is the one thing I do ask if your student pulls this out at home. So how do you get to these activities? Well, what you need to do is you're going to go to the Bennington Public Schools website. Once you're there, go to Anchor Point, and you're going to select the plus sign, and then students will go to Students, and you're going to go to Moodle. So just like within reading, you're going to go back to Moodle. Your student's going to log in here with their username that they did for reading. Again, I have to go through this way since I use my school email. And what they would do is that they're going to go to Connect Ed. So just like our reading book, they're going to go here for a social studies book. And I apologize again, mine is a little bit different just because I am the teacher. So I have a little bit more options. And as you can see down here, we had our Reading Wonders books. Up here is going to be our social studies book. So students will go here and select that. And when they come into it, it's going to look something like this, and it will have homework. Now, mine, again, just kind of like with reading, I'm not enrolled in my class, so I can't give myself the homework. So my screen does look a little bit different, so I apologize. But here that's going to show their assignments, what they need to get done. And it'll just be these activities again. To get to these activities, though, they go to Menu, which we call it in class the hamburger. And they're going to go to Do. And sometimes they'll show up at the due, and sometimes they'll show up at the due later. I know for this first one, because it's not due until September 6th, it's showing up in the due later. So students would just go here and click on it, and then have these activities. I'm going to go back to my own book, so that way you can see what these activities are. So in it, as you can see, I would have this here. And what I'm going to do is go to Menu. And I have like an assignment tracker so I can see just what the assignments are that I am giving out. So as you can see on mine, and this is what will look like for your kids to click on, is Unit 1, Lesson 1 Checklist. So I have all the students that are in my class, and then I can see their progress once they're done. So it'll be submitted on here when they have it finished. So that's how I also know if it's done. But what the games are is, let's go to home, is they're going to have a skill builder. So the skill builder is always going to have this little wrench, and it will say exactly what it is. So as you can see this week, they have 2 skill builders. These are just short little actions going to practicing their map skills, which they will use on state testing later on. And there's going to be a game. It's usually with the vocabulary terms, so I encourage them to use their book on it. And then there's a self-check quiz at the end of the lesson. So after they completed these activities, they would take a self-check quiz. The nice thing about this quiz is they can take it as many times as they want, and they get to use their book. I highly recommend that they use their book on it, just because that gets them practicing going back and looking for text evidence in books, and then the answers are right there for them. I will take this again for a grade just to help boost their grade in social studies. It shouldn't be anything to hurt their grade, as long as they're going back and really looking at doing the self-check quiz until they get 10 out of 10 and writing that score down. Again, if they finish this at home, they do need to have you sign off on it. So you can always just initial it, or at the very top you could sign it. In class, we'll always put our name on it and when it needs to be completed by. So this first one, I'm going to use Colton because he's the first person on my list. So Colton would put Colton Allen, number 1, and then he's going to put to be completed by 9-6. So that way you always know. And we do write this in the planners every day. That way students are just reminding themselves, okay, I know I have this due. I haven't had that much time in class to work on it. I could maybe do this at home. So it's totally up to them. Again, just like with reading, if they want to do it at home, they're more than welcome to. However, they do not have to, unless it's getting to the night right before. So like, let's say it's Thursday, September 5th, and I'm realizing, oh, I have not done any of these. I need to bring this home tonight and work on it. Then they would need to do that, because if it is not done and completed by the due date, then it will be a pink slip home. And with those pink slips on it, it does say 3. That's just so that way you guys know, okay, they've had 3 late assignments. If they get a couple more, it's probably going to be a detention. So just keep that in mind with those pink slips. I do have students have you sign them, and that's just for me to know that they're communicating with you that they didn't get their homework done, just as an accountability thing. So please, when students bring that home, maybe have a talk with them about the importance of getting their homework done. We're just really trying to build responsibility in our 3rd graders. I appreciate all your guys' help and support this school year, and thank you for being flexible as I'm learning all these tools, and for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.